So guys, we're going to talk right now about your 30-day lead sprint. Now in that 30-day lead sprint, we're going to talk directly in regards to a couple of pieces that I think are super important or can be super useful in order for you to build the proper lead flow that you're looking for over the course of the next 30 days. We're going to use these as a simple tool to generate more leads, even if you're running paid traffic or even if you're doing other pieces, but we're going to use these little steps in order to increase your lead flow and in order to get warmer leads and people that are more likely to come in. All right, now we're going to do this through two different things here. One is we're going to set up a lead magnet, and then with our lead magnet, we're going to make sure that we have the proper workflows that are associated with it. And then two is that on the backside, we'll talk a little bit in regards to like our referrals and then how to create referral systems that don't suck. So first, let's understand what a lead magnet is. Your lead magnet is going to be your number one or number two strategy that makes the most sense for the person who you want to attract. Now, most people kind of skip out on this when they're looking at it, but I want you to think about it from a simple standpoint. Now, if I'm thinking about this to make it easier on you, I'm going to think about with my lead magnet, who are my top clients? With my top clients, what are the top 1 to 3 needs? I'm going to solve one of those problems on written paper or on written PDF to determine and to try to attract more of those individuals. If I've got a client who is a socialite, but they love coming to work out, they're getting their results and they're referring people, and their number one problem may be like, how do I eat what I want to eat and still maintain or still focus on the gym? So I'll write a lead magnet that goes along with that. And it's getting close to the summertime. Like, what are some cocktails that I can have that don't help me or don't allow me to blow my success in the gym? What are some things that I can put on the grill that will help me? You get the point, right? Is that you want to think directly in regards to who is your number one target. And then once you figure out who that target is, then you start to write, or you have someone else or something else help you through the writing process. A lot of people like to use ChatGPT for this. And a lot of people use a company like ours to do this because we have at FitBiz Solutions the copywriters to be able to help you do this, not to mention on the other parts about putting this together. Now, once we have that lead flow, or once we have that lead magnet in place, the next piece is that we want to work directly on our follow-ups. And those follow-ups can be super simple, but sometimes they get pretty tricky, which is why it's super important to understand like how the workflows work. In most CRM services, what you can easily do is that you can build out a proper flow that happens when someone takes an action, then it triggers another action to happen, which makes it super simple. So if you're sending out your workflow from your lead magnet, then the first action that happens is that they get an email that's, hey, like you come to the opt-in page, they get an email that confirms the fact that they actually inputted for the lead magnet. Once that happens, then it triggers to go to another page. That next page is while you wait. And so the way that looks is lead magnet or the workflow sets it up, it gives it a minute or so. On that next page, it asks them to schedule for a session or schedule for a in-person meeting if their pain points are that high. And then if it takes no action there, then the workflow just continues to start. The great thing about this is that the workflow works so you don't have to. And what I mean by that is that when set up properly, it will work directly through text messages and emails to ensure that an individual has touch points, high touch points at that, and then also that it works directly in order for them to be scheduled. So the workflow on the backside, if built properly, allows for you to have a pretty seamless journey on this, because as a business owner, you can sit back, you can allow the lead magnet to take place, and then you can build in regards to like the touch points and the pieces that you want in place in order for them to be contacted. And then the last piece is with this, and one thing that people tend to forget is that once the person comes in, is that we want to ensure that we're building a referral system that doesn't suck. Most people either don't ask for referrals, wait too late in the process to ask for referrals, or in all honesty, like just kind of fumble through it. And so if we're thinking about like that on this lead sprint, and we understand that referrals are powerful because they are going to be super warm, then the easiest way to do this would be this, is number one, with your lead magnet, in one of your follow-ups, you should ask them, who is someone else that we can send this to in order to brighten their day? Or who is somebody else that we think that we can utilize this with to brighten their day? Now, this may only give you between 1 to 3 people over the course of each week, but that's still 4 to 12 people for the month. And that's an additional any place between 48 to 144 leads over the course of the year. That doesn't suck, right? On the other side of this is that once a person signs up with us, is that we want to ensure that when we sit down with them and we sign them up, is that we then ask them, who is a person that this would be able to help them with, or who is someone that you'd love to be on this journey with? That starts our referral process. And what's great about this is that we use something simple called like the referral ladder, which just allows individuals to refer, and then it allows us to move up the ring because now they'll bring in another person. On the bottom of your agreement, one cool thing that you can add is just ask them for 2 referrals. When they sign their agreement at the bottom, after they've signed everything, after they put in the payment information, is that you just have a spot. And it's like, whose life would you like to change? And then they have 2 slots that they fill it in. If Mrs. Jones is looking at the agreement, she's like, I don't really know who I want to put in. Like, Mrs. Jones, it doesn't matter. It can be somebody you love or somebody you hate, but let's put them in there in order to get them started. And then once Mrs. Jones put those people in, then what's great is you're like, Mrs. Jones, you put in a name, email address, phone number. Is this person, are you close with them? Yes? Awesome. Would it be cool if we shot a quick video that you can send to them so I can invite them in for their first session? Now, once they do that, what's great about this is that this allows for you to invite the person in with a clean and concise, candid message that's coming from somebody who they already know and trust, and then they're more likely to come into you. So for every person that signs up for your program, then you continue to be on this referral ladder. And we understand that in most cases, you can get 50% of the people who are coming in as referrals to come in, and then that you'll sign up at least 60% of those individuals. So the numbers are always in your favor when you're thinking directly through a referral. So what's great about this is that over the course of the next 30 days with this sprint, is I want you to, one, I want you to determine like what's a lead magnet, what's a problem that you can solve for individuals. I want you to, two, when you determine what problem that you can solve, I want you to determine how do you want to communicate with individuals and what's going to be the best course of action to get people from prospect to a person that's sitting directly with you. And then number three is that I want you to ensure that you have a clear and concise way to grab more referrals, because this alone can bolster your income over the course of the next 30 days. If you are watching this and it makes a lot of sense, but you're still struggling in regards to like where to take the first step, then go to fitbidsolutions.com, take your gym health score, and someone from our team will reach out directly to you. We look forward to speaking to you soon.